Today on the channel, sit right back as I tell you a tale of my adventure to the Alamo and my experience with a ghost.
And the spirit of Ultimate Warrior will run forever!
Kyle here, and welcome back to the channel for something entirely different. As in today's video, we're talking about my trip to Texas, we're talking about my trip to San Antonio, we're talking about my trip to the Alamo, but more specifically, we're talking about my trip to the Emily Morgan Hotel in San Antonio, supposedly the most haunted hotel in the United States. And I got to spend 2 nights in that hotel, and that's what we're going to talk about in today's video. I mentioned in my weekly purchases toy news videos on Kyle Peterson 1.0, Kyle Peterson the first channel, whatever you want to call it. And I said maybe I'll do a video if people want to see it. Well, enough people reached out, said let's see it, and this is where I'm putting it on Kyle Peterson 2.0, which you're watching right now. So make sure you do subscribe to this channel. That's the beauty of this channel. We can do some different things on this channel from time to time. Maybe more of this in 2024, just around the corner. But today, I'm going to tell you about my trip and my journey to this hotel, and it'll be a short story here, but the Emily Morgan Hotel, a hotel well over 100 years old, right there in the Alamo. Now, the Alamo I could see from my hotel window. Right out front, I open my window shades, there's the Alamo right there. And we, of course, never forget the Alamo. That's rule number 1. Rule number 2, no basement in the Alamo, of course. I almost wanted to ask, but I said, you know what, they get it probably every day. I'm not going to ask the question. But I could see the Alamo right from my window there. So, of course, the Alamo, very historic place in Texas in the United States. It's one of those things I'm glad I got to visit. Very happy. Great hospitality. Shout out to San Antonio across the board. Even over at the Wrestle Shop, of course. We did a meet and greet appearance over there. Check out that video. Check out my video on the Alamo between the 2 YouTube channels of mine, of course, for more on all those. But I did get to stay at the Emily Morgan Hotel, which literally right there by the Alamo. And the Alamo ground, of course, very historic, but there was a lot of death around that. And then, of course, the Emily Morgan Hotel at one time was used as like a hospital where many people did die, as you can imagine, especially hundreds of years ago or 100 years ago, when technology wasn't the greatest, so there was a lot of death in the whole area. So really kind of lines up, the stars align for a good old haunted house or a haunted hotel in this case here. Now, nobody in my group, of course, I was on a work trip, and that's where work put us up for the meetings that we had down there. So that was interesting in the first place. And nobody from our work trip or work knew this was a haunted hotel until much later. So absolutely wild stuff to be able to go here. And it added a little bit of extra mystery and excitement to my Texas tour. Of course, I was excited to go to the wrestling shop. Of course, I was excited to go to the Alamo. Of course, I was excited to go to work meetings. Yeah, sure, why not? But it was an exciting trip down there, but that added a little extra excitement. I don't think I've ever stayed in a haunted hotel, and I wanted to see what all the fuss was about at the end of the day. I did talk to my boss, and she actually stayed there just like a week prior to our meeting here, and she had an event where all night long her phone kept ringing. It would ring, she'd pick it up, and she would answer. It would just be static on the phone. So she thought it was somebody playing a prank. She was not aware the hotel was supposedly haunted. But can you imagine your phone ringing all night long, picking it up, there's nobody there, you just hear static? That's pretty creepy, really, at the end of the day. So she was a lot more creeped out when she told the hostess at the front desk that, hey, this happened. Well, this is a haunted hotel. What? Haunted? Are you kidding me? I think that's what she said. I just reenacted how I imagined it to be. But I knew going in that it was supposedly haunted. And you know me, I like to have a good time. Now, I usually like my hairy bipedal creatures. I like my cryptozoology, but I dabble in some ghost stories. I dabble in some like ghost hunters every once in a while. It's just one of those things, though, is like, I don't know if I truly believe in ghosts. I've never experienced a ghost, but we're going to get there. Never experienced that before, so I didn't know what to believe. Until you see it in front of you, it's much like doing reviews here on this channel. Until I get the action figure in my hand, I can't really give you a full assessment on it because I got to get my hands on it. We got to do that first. Then I can tell you a little bit more about it. But Ghost, I was like, you know what? I think anything's possible out there. It could happen. I'm not doubting people that have seen ghosts. I just don't know. I just haven't had a first-hand example for myself. And so that's where we kind of led up to here. But of course, I have fun. I have fun at the Alamo. I have fun in Texas, getting the airplanes. I like to have fun in everything I do. I try to, at least. And that's what I was doing. So I went to the hotel, of course. My work buddy there, we flew in together on the same plane, travel, all that kind of stuff. So we were kind of joking about it here. But of course, I'm filming, and I'll splice some of that film footage in probably to this video here. But I walked into the hotel, filmed it. Okay, here's the historic haunted hotel. Get into the lobby, and the first thing, if you ever go into this, and I guess if you're even in San Antonio, you're not staying there, you can still walk in it. But boy, they had some perfume, and it was overpowering perfume. And immediately I said, oh my gosh, it's the smell of ghosts. Then I did see behind the counter they were selling this perfume. It was like the Emily Morgan hotel scent or something. So I thought at first it was going to be one of those scents, like, oh my gosh, there's a ghostly scent in here. But it wasn't the fact. So right now I'm pulling shenanigans. I'm calling them out. I'm like, what is this? They're trying to haunt this place with smells. What's going on? But anyways, it was overpowering because I could barely ever smell. So if I could smell that, it's really overpowering. So Emily Morgan Hotel, let's dumb down the fragrances a little bit there, of course. But it was an old-timey hotel. It had been remodeled probably a dozen times, I bet, since it's opened. But you could tell it was an old hotel. So I'm filming away. I'm going in the elevator, and I'm going up the elevator, and first thing I hear is 5th floor, and I'm like, oh my gosh, it's a ghost. But no, it was the elevator talking to me again. So I had that a few times, and I was kind of joking around, filming a video. Is this the elevator? Is that a ghost? Oh, no, it's the elevator. And I did walk a couple of the haunted floors, I think like 5, 7, 9, I think are the haunted floors, they said. And I did do a little walking around and here and there and everywhere, like a young Beatles, I guess, back in the day, on the Revolver album, of course. Walked around, didn't see anything. And I was like, well, maybe I'll catch something on my film that I can't see to the, regular eye. But that wasn't the case. You guys saw the footage, nothing going on there. I did open up my door. I, of course, went into my hotel room, and it was like 1,000 degrees. That was the first thing I noticed. Of course, that Texas sun beating in, being a whole old hotel. My temperature gauge in the room was set to 67. It literally felt like 90 degrees in there. It was so hot, and it wasn't even the hottest of Texas days. So the hotel room was already hot. I could not get it cold at all. It was a very sweaty experience. And there's nothing worse than being in a hotel and being sweaty and hot. It's just the absolute worst. Of course, you're not paying the air conditioner bill, so you're going to knock that thing down. I don't know if you guys are like me, but I'm usually about 68, 69 is where I like my hotel rooms to be at. So I tried to get it there. I got to 67, but it felt like 80 the entire adventure of being there. So it was just an old hotel. Chalked it up to that. It's an old hotel. But I went on a couple of days. Night 1, no instances. Slept like a baby. No issues there. Got up early. No issues. All over the place. Of course, went to the Alamo, did our work things. We did a food drive thing. Went to the food bank and filled stuff for, the needy and all that, as you do this holiday season. We did that. Went to the Tower of Americas for dinner. Quite the experience there. Walked the river walk. Walked through the Alamo again. Did all the stuff you would do, of course. And then our second night there, of course, had to go to sleep. Had to get up early. And my flight, I think, was like 6:40 or whatever. So I needed to get up early. Had to be at the airport by like 5 a.m. So it was an early day. I was traveling from San Antonio back home, getting in a car, driving 4 hours to Minneapolis. So it was a long travel day. So I got back from the Riverwalk with the team. We all said our goodbyes, went up to our hotel, and I said, you know what? I'm going to shower with this long, luxurious, beautiful hair here. And how about this coonskin cap here I got going on? How about that? Shout out to Davey Crockett, good friend of the channel. We took our picture together. I said, you know what? I'm going to shower the night before so I can just get my clothes on, get down to the Uber, get to the airport, and off to the races from there. So it's like 11:30 at night or so, and this is where the ghosts come in. So I get ready to shower. So I'm showering away. I'm getting there, and I turn, of course, old hotel once again. We know how pipes are. A nice, clean hotel, but an old hotel. So you turn the water on. You got to turn it all the way up because it takes forever to get the hot water. Most normal hotels are that way, but I wanted to get it all the way up there, and it's steaming. It's hot in there. I got distracted with a phone call. I was off to the races, of course, but it was extremely hot. So then I got into the shower, and as one does when they get in the shower, they get naked when they get in the shower. It's true. I do. Maybe you're different. Maybe you wear swim trunks. I don't know. I got in the shower, though, and it's super hot. I'm like, oh, my gosh. But then I tried to turn it down, and it's one of those things. You turn it down, and it gets too cold, so I left it hot. I said, I'll take some scalding water. I like a hot shower anyways. And I'm going to work. I'm cleaning up. I'm doing the hair. I'm getting all that, getting that conditioner, letting that conditioner sit in there, of course. and I'm just going to town, and then all of a sudden, this is where it gets really creepy. Now, at this point, I'm pretty much non-believer, and I'm like, there's nothing happening here. Nothing's happening to me, at least, and I got to see it with my own 2 eyes, or got to feel it with my own body or whatever. I'm showering in this extremely hot shower, and all of a sudden, out of the blue, it felt like a minute, but it was probably 2 seconds. Right in my back, I felt just the coldest of air. Like somebody threw me out naked in Antarctica in the snow. Absolutely the coldest air. And as I say this, and every time I tell this story, the hair on my arm stands up, which is really wild too. But all of a sudden, I'm in the shower. Like I said, super hot shower, steam everywhere, the whole kit and caboodle. I feel this ice cold energy, is all I could say, go right through my back and right through me. I felt it just go right through me, but cold as ice. I shouldn't have had that cold of a feeling in a super warm, hot shower like that. It was the weirdest thing, and like I said, it felt like a minute, but I bet it was 2-3 seconds, and that was it. And I immediately went, whoa, what the heck? And I turned around thinking there was, I don't know what I was thinking I was going to see, but there was nothing there. Didn't feel anything after that, nothing else after, anything like that. It wasn't scary, which is the weird thing too. I always kind of felt if I saw a ghost or something, it would be extremely scary. It wasn't like I didn't have a feel of doom. I didn't have a feel of dread, like there was something going to happen to me. I didn't feel any of that. I just felt extreme cold and just a weird feeling sensation over me for a brief second or so. And then I came to my senses a little bit and I said, oh my gosh, this ghost saw me naked. What's going on here? Hopefully they didn't take pictures. But no, it was very, very strange. And I don't know what it could have been. Like I said, it's not like I saw a big old apparition in front of me. It's not like the ghost talked to me or anything. Who knows? It could have been something else scientific that I can't figure out. But it was one of the weirdest feelings I've ever had in my entire life. And I don't know if it's because I was joking so much with everybody trying to film, and you know, they say ghosts are going to show that they're there. But like I said, I did not feel an evil presence. I didn't feel anything like that. I don't know, but it was the weirdest thing ever. I mean, like I said, the shower was so hot, steam coming, everything else. I shouldn't have felt that Antarctica below zero cold feeling. I'm from the upper Midwest. I know what cold's like, and that's what it was like. When you walk outside and it's below zero wind chills, that was the feeling going right through me. And I could feel it through the back, right through coming out of here, just like it just passed right through me. Weirdest thing ever, and every time I say it, my hair stands up. So I don't know what it is. I'm going to chalk it up to ghost and everything. The math all checks out, and I sat there with the calculator and I tried to figure it all out, and that's the conclusion I came to. I don't know. Very, very strange. I'm not sure exactly what to think about it to this day, but people want to know, and I said, you know what? I'll share the story here. Just absolutely wild. It was a wild, wild experience, and I don't know. I don't feel bad about it. I don't feel anything. I'm glad it happened to me in a lot of ways because it was just, it felt different. It was definitely a different feeling, so that was pretty cool at the end of the day is what I will say there. But I don't know. But I'm going to chalk it up to ghost. All the math checks out at the end of the day, but that's it. That is my ghost story. So not as crazy as you'd think. It wasn't like Slimer coming in the hallway from Ghostbusters or anything, but close enough. Close enough to be dangerous is what we'll call that one there. But I'm going to ask you, Hulk Hogan style, did you ever see a ghost? Have you ever felt a ghost? Have you ever been in the presence of a ghost? Or even better, Bigfoot or a werewolf? Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. What else could it have been? Could it have been a cold something? I didn't share a room with anybody. Nobody else was in there. I just can't figure out what else it could have been. There was no air conditioner duct, something like that. So I don't know. I'm chalking it up to ghosts, but you guys take a guess if you want to. Maybe it's my imagination. I don't know. Who knows? But you guys tell me your thoughts on that. Let me know if you've ever seen or felt a ghost like that. Let me know in the comments down below. And of course, don't forget to like this video. Don't forget to subscribe to this channel and the other YouTube channel. We've got 2 videos going on every single day. Don't want to miss out on any of the videos, all kinds of stuff, and a lot more content coming in 2024. And of course, don't forget about Patreon for early access to videos like this, bonus content, exclusive content, giveaways, Q&As, pizza reviews, dog stuff, ghost stuff, apparently. You name it, it's all headed over there in the old Patreon channel. Patreon, best way to support this channel and all the content it does bring. You can also support the channel over at ProWrestlingTees.com. Search Kyle Peterson, and don't forget social media, SirPaul64 on the X, the _Kyle_Peterson on Threads, and on Instagram. So, for ghosts, I'm Davey Crockett Peterson, and I'll see you guys all real soon. All right, let's see how haunted this elevator is. Is there any ghosts in here? Maybe we'll catch one on camera. Oh, the elevator's talking to me. It just said 5th floor. I think it was a ghost. Who knows? It's going to come in hot right here. I'm going to kick a ghost. Ta-da. All right. It smells old. Where are we at here? 504, I think, is my destination. No. Uh-oh, I'm lost. Guys, let me know if you see any spirits. 2, 3, 4, 504. Let's see what we got going on. My bag's down. Gonna find my room key here. We'll find it.